Hello, my name is Sonia, and listen, if you are new to digital marketing or you've been trying digital marketing but it's not working for you, or if you've never done it but you want to know how to make people crave your digital products, this video is for you. And you're going to want to stick around until the end because I am going to tell you exactly how I have been able to leave behind teaching after 20 plus years for good. And that's all because of earning income online with digital assets.
Look
Look,
at me now. Came from the ashes, built from the pain. Walked through the fire, danced in the rain. Tried to shut me down, still I remain. Pressure made diamonds, remember the name. You was talking like the end was near. Now I'm front row, crystal clear. What broke me then brought purpose here. I don't bow down, I persevere. Every chain fell to the floor. I don't fear it anymore. What was meant to be
with
was
digital products allowed me to retire from teaching. And I've never had to look back. And I want you to really hear this. And I want you to know that it's very possible to do. I'm somebody that you never would have made me believe that it was possible to leave the classroom behind the way that I did and earn income online. I would see people do it over the years, but there was no way I thought it was possible for me. No, I was too busy trying to do the American dream, do what I was told while I was consistently still gathering up student loan debt up to Wazoo to try to maintain as a single mom with three children over the years. Now all of my kids are adults. And once they became adults, you all, I took full advantage of going after my dreams. That's when I started learning about digital marketing. And I want you to know that I was able to walk away from that and never look back to teaching, not because I didn't love students, not because I stopped loving people, not because I stopped wanting to make an impact on the world, but because I found a way to create income that gave me the freedom to choose my life. And instead of doing bail schedules, I learned how to choose life for me. So no matter if you have those digital products or not, or if you want to create digital products, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make people crave your digital products, what actually causes the light bulb to go on and makes people want it and want it like a person wants ice cream after a bad breakup. So, you know what I mean. Listen, if you know that it is something specific, if it is urgent, if it is emotional, and nothing else is going to satisfy what it is that you're going through after that breakup, you want that ice cream, you're craving it. That's the exact feeling your ideal buyer is going to have when they come across what it is you have to offer. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to create that. But first, I want to speak to a specific group of people for a moment because maybe you're not even sure if digital products is something you can do or if it's a need out there for them. Maybe you already have a business. Maybe you sell physical products like a face cream or like this phone or a case for that phone or some candle that you've created. Maybe you run a service-based business like house cleaning, hair, doing hair, or coaching other people or consulting. You're going from place to place, business to business, and you're thinking, I already have something that works. Why would I need a digital product on top of that? Well, let me enlighten you and tell you why. Because when you're in a product business, you are constantly chasing a margin. The cost of materials, packaging, and shipping inventory, it all eats into what you actually take home. But on the opposite end of all of that, when you're in a service-based business, you're chasing that time. So if you're not there, your clients get nothing. You're trading hours for dollars. The only way to make more money is to take on more clients when you're doing it, to schedule more bookings, to do more work, 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 work. And where's your time? Where's your freedom? And if that often is the case for you, you're sacrificing not just your time, but your freedom. Your calendar may fill up, but your weekends soon disappear. So you're working more, but it just doesn't feel like enough. And I know exactly what that is like because that's how it was for me as an educator. I literally never had time for my own children because I was spending so much time doing parent teacher conferences, grading papers. And it was like we sat at the table and ate, but was I really fully in tune with them? If you've ever felt like that as a parent, if you've ever felt like that working 9 to 5 all the time, then I want you to really take heart to what it is that I'm saying here. Because when you introduce digital products into your business, you can create another path, an unlimited path to create income that is no longer directly tied to how many hours you can physically work. You create something that can sell while you're asleep, while you're with your family, while you're living your life. You get to gain freedom and you get to choose your life instead of a schedule choosing it for you. That's what digital products add, not just more income, but a different type of income, income with freedom attached to it. Now, whether you're brand new to digital products or you already have one that is not performing the way you hope, what I'm about to share is going to matter to you. Because here's the real reason most digital products do not sell. It is not the design. It could be a very good product. It's not the price. It doesn't mean that the quality is bad or the content inside of it is bad. It's the thought processes behind all of it, the mindset behind how the product is being introduced and how it's being positioned. In digital marketing on this online space, positioning is so vital. Most people build those digital products around what they want to teach. They sit down, they think, what do I know? What am I good at? What can I put together? And they create something based on their own perspective, their own interest, and their own expertise. And then they wonder, well, why isn't anyone buying? Well, here's a shift that can change some of that. You can't simply build a product just because you think people will like it. If you're building your product from your own perspective and your own point of view, it's going to make it challenging to look at it from the outside because the product isn't for you. I've had so many clients to get into my programs or do one-on-one coaching with me, and they say, well, I want to write a book. Okay, fine, let's write a book. So they write the book. They start writing the book with me. And I'm like, what is this book for? It's to tell about me and my life and all the things I've been through. And I'm thinking, well, how does that apply to the person who is reading it? Your book is not about you. It is about the person and getting a transformation for them. So this is what it means when you think about creating something before you create a single page, before you record a single video, before you name a product or set up a price. You have to get inside the mind of your ideal buyer. You have to understand what keeps them up at night. What is it that they already have that's just not serving them? They've already tried things that don't work. So, what is it that they're secretly afraid of? What are they desperately hoping that someone will help them to solve? This is the key. This is a clue. People don't buy information, y'all. They do not. They don't buy a product because it's on a pretty sheet of paper. No, give me the crumpled sheet of paper that is going to solve my problem, that is going to allow me to sleep at night, that is going to let me stop eating this ice cream because I went through this breakup. Tell me what I can do instantly to shift my thinking in order to solve that problem. People buy the feeling that they believe the information is going to give them. Think about it this way. I need you to let that sink in. Imagine a parent who has not been able to sleep at night because they have a newborn, and that newborn, let's say, is even approaching the age of 1, and they're exhausted because the baby has been crying every night and they don't know what to do as a new parent. They're running on empty. They're showing up at work tired, coming home irritable, and feeling like they are literally falling apart. Has anybody ever been there? I have. Now, that parent sees a digital guide that says, help your birth to 1-year-old child sleep peacefully at night so that you can rest too. Think about it. They're not buying that guide because they love reading or because it showed up pretty colors on a pamphlet, the front of that guide. They're buying rest. They're buying peace. They're buying a version of themselves that wakes up feeling like a human again. That's the craving right there. That's what you're creating when you create a digital product. So here's the first rule. People buy when the value of the outcome feels bigger than the price tag. If somebody is sleep deprived every single night and you're offering them relief for $37, $47, and it feels like nothing compared to what they're getting back, there's where most digital product sellers go wrong. They lead with the product. They talk about, oh, how many modules are inside? How many lessons? Go through these 6 lessons, these 6 points, and all of this, and how long the videos are. But your buyer does not care about any of it. They care about one thing. Will it solve their problem? One, one solution. Let that sink in. So you have to stop selling the tool and start selling the destination. What is that? What is your product going to do for them? A fitness guide is not about workouts. It's about feeling confident when you look in the mirror. It's about not dreaming that about the beach anymore. It's about having the energy to actually be with your kids without spending hours in a gym. Listen, a money guide is not about spreadsheets. It's about never lying awake at 3 a.m., at 1 a.m., worrying about how you're going to pay your bills. It's about that feeling of finally having control over your finances. The guide is a vehicle, you all. It's about getting people from one place to the next. The course is about getting people from one destination to the next, and people will pay for the destination every single time. Not if they're riding in this big, beautiful car while they still have a headache about what life is doing to them on the outside. No, about where they're going when they get there. You don't have to do any work. You get to be at this resort. It's the destination. People buy with their emotions first, 90% of people. And then later they will justify with their logic as to why. So if your content, if your messaging is not speaking to that feeling, to the real problem underneath the surface, you're going to keep hearing crickets no matter how good your product actually is. Now, here's the second thing that makes people crave your product. You need to be specific. Specificity may seem like a really big word, but if you aren't specific, you're going to try to reach a broad group of people, and that is not going to land on the right people. It's not about having a huge audience, y'all. It really, truly isn't. It's about having the right audience. You can have 10 million followers and nobody cares about what you want, or you can have 10 followers and all 10 of them want what you have. So here's the deal. The more specific, the faster the people recognize themselves in. All right. Don't make a product that tries to solve everything for everyone. Make one product that solves one painful problem for one specific person. One problem, one person, one clear result. Because here's what happens when you get specific. People stop scrolling. They lean in. They think. And they say, this is for me. And when someone feels like something is made specifically for them, they don't hesitate. They buy it. Think about the difference between a course called How to Make Money Online versus a course called How to Get More Sales Using Your Instagram Stories. One is broad, one is specific. The specific one is the one that's going to sell every time because people know exactly what they are going to get and they already know how to feel about it because they can see the end result. They can see the destination. That's the moment of recognition you're trying to create in your digital product. The moment where somebody reads your offer or hears you talk about it and thinks, finally, somebody who gets me. They know exactly what I'm going through. So here's the third thing. I hope y'all writing that stuff down now. This is good stuff. This one changed everything for me. It's understanding that people are not really searching for what it is that you might offer, or it's understanding that there are people searching, and they're searching now. They're not searching future pace. No, it's people right now who need what you have. They're literally typing their problem into search bars right now. How many of you have done it? How to solve a toothache from home because the dentist office isn't open overnight. How to cure that headache. How to cure that tummy ache. They're typing their problem into a search bar, hoping somebody somewhere will finally give them an answer. They're not waiting for you to convince them they have a problem. They already know they have a problem. What they're searching for is someone they can trust enough to give them a solution. So your content is not your sales pitch. Your content is what builds trust, okay? It's what attracts the right people to you, so you know when they see your product, they're already ready. They already feel like you know what you're doing. They know that you're the solution to their problem. They already believe you can help them. And that takes showing up consistently, speaking directly to their problem, giving a real set a type of value before you ever ask for the sale, and then point them clearly to the solution. Now, that is how you create a crave. And guess what? There's a specific way to do that online. That's how your digital product goes from being something people scroll past to something people feel like they cannot afford not to buy. So let me bring this all the way home. If your digital product is not selling the way you want it to, it's not because the market is too crowded. It is not because that people don't want to buy it. It's because you haven't positioned it to be the solution to their problem. People are buying digital products every single day. And that is because somewhere between your product and your ideal buyer, the connection to feeling got lost. You got to bring the feeling back. You got to lead with the problem, speak to the outcome, get specific, and show up with value. And then you have to trust that the people who need what you have already are out there looking for you. That plays a vital role. They just need to find you. And how are they going to find you if you're not posting consistently? When they do find you, you need to have a system in place that turns that attention into consistent income. That's exactly what the focus framework is built to do. The focus is a 5 decision system I use to build consistent clients and help my clients build consistent clients with digital products. The F is for a focus market. That means you get one clearly defined audience. Not everyone. Everyone is not your audience. Again, you don't want 1,000,000 people who don't want what you have. Take 100 people who want it. O is for one core offer, one solution built specifically for that market, not a menu of products. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like going into a restaurant and trying to sift through everything. That's me personally. I personally like when somebody just points out, I want steak. Show me where the steak is on this menu. All right, you got to stay focused. One core problem solved, one urgent, specific problem that your audience wants solved. Right now, when you are known for solving one thing better than anyone else, people stop scrolling, they start buying it, and they get locked in with you. And you want a unified client system. One message, one consistent strategy, one lead generation method, one conversation pathway that all works together, not 5 strategies pulling people in 5 different ways. That's like chaos, okay? And yes, you got to have a sustained commitment. You have to commit to solving the same problem for at least 6 months to a year, because the business that wins is the businesses that understand, those businesses that understand that they have to stay focused long enough for the work to compound. Compound means to build on it over time. So let's say you create a video today on that one problem you solve, and then you are still creating videos 6 months from now about that one problem. People are still going to get the video from here. Some people are going to see the video from back there, and some are going to see the video from here. All of that compounds over time. The focus framework is how I help people to do that. I'll drop that and link that down below. And once you know that idea, once you have that focus framework and you're ready to start creating content for your product, go and check out my course on how to actually create content in Canva. I'll drop that link below, along with how you can grab the focus framework right here today. Because let me tell you, if you want people to buy your digital products, you really have to get locked in on your offer. And I'll even drop down here how to actually sell your digital products too, just in case you all want to check it out. Listen, I'm telling you, in 2026, you can do grand things with digital products. You got to build income producing assets that will not cost you a whole lot of money, and something that you can begin to sell over and over and over again after just creating it one time. If you found this video useful, make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe to this channel where you can get more content just like this.
You came down now. You thought you'd break me. Look at me now. Look at me now. Came from the ashes, built from the pain.